Hey, this is Paul Dutton with the Emergency Preparedness Network. I have two of my very best friends here right with me today, Deb Halberstadt and John Hayner, who unfortunately lived through this entire process and lost their homes in the Eaton fire. So we want to just ask them some real quick questions here on the 1-year anniversary of the fire about all the things they have experienced. So just kind of tell me in your own story, guys. You know, what was it like that night?
It was unbelievably windy. We knew during the day that we were highly at risk because it hadn't rained for 8 or 9 months at all. And the wind was very strong, hurricane strength. And all it required was a spark somewhere. And Edison was kind enough to provide that spark. And it started at 6:15 and got out of control by 6:18 or something. By the time the fire department got there, which was fast, under 10 minutes, it was already just under 10 acres. So eventually we were toast.
And 10 acres in 10 minutes. I mean, so you guys got out within what, 10, 15 minutes?
No, of course we said, oh, it won't come to our house. We'll be fine. So we had our go bags. Thank you, Paul, for teaching us about this. And we were all prepared, but then we went, okay, well, we're done preparing. Now let's see which way the wind blows.
I went to the sheriff's station after we were okay at home and made sure the dogs were okay with John and everything. And I told John that as soon as we couldn't text him or I couldn't call him from the sheriff's station, which had really strong Wi-Fi and have their own masthead actually, that then I would come and get him and we'd evacuate. So I was working with the sheriffs. I would call everybody on my phone from east to Altadena to west Altadena and tell them to get out. As they were knocking on doors everywhere, I was in their radio area. And we did that until about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, when then Captain Jabari Williams, who's now a commander, came in and told me, he said, Deb, you have to evacuate, go and get John and leave. Because he knew then that it was pretty much over.
Yeah. So to back us up a little bit, John and Deb are both sheriff volunteers, just as I am, and they're also sheriff CERT coordinators for the unincorporated part of Altadena. Deb had run down there that night, being the incredible volunteer that she is, like, what can I do to help? But all of us thought it wasn't going to be that bad until we saw those winds that night.
Well, the winds were primarily from the north and west, so blowing south and east, taking the fire away from us. And that worked for hours. It burned for 7 hours before it started to change direction. And when the captain said the situation is too volatile, no one knows what's going to happen next, it's time to leave, we said, okay, we can leave. And we got the dogs. But my last thought was, well, we'll be back here in 5 or 6 hours.
And that's kind of our follow-up point on this whole entire thing. With the experiences that we've had and that we've done and trained people to do, thousands of folks die in emergency preparedness, we thought, and I even thought, okay, yeah, we'll leave here and we'll be able to come back right to our houses. And just about every single person I've interviewed or talked to about this that have lived here in the Eaton fire or the Palisades fires, right, always thought that they will be able to come back. And this is our point with the Emergency Preparedness Network. We want to get you ready so if you, for some reason, couldn't come back, or you do, and nothing else is standing, you'd be ready to take all the important necessary things, right, to keep carrying on with life. This is Paul with the Emergency Preparedness Network. Thank you guys so much for helping us out today. I really appreciate it. And we're going to come back with you with more with our 12-part series on all of this and what all these folks went through.